Alright, this is going to be an introduction video to astronomy. So let's go to the website. So here's the opening page. Notice I have it set up kind of backwards. So you come down here to this folder, which is the for the first test. Actually, let me go down, scroll down a little bit further. This is showing you how to turn in your homework. I'm actually going to show you that in this video. And there I am. I go by TJ, by the way, TJ Lipinski. This is my office. It's kind of in the middle of this, on the second floor. And probably the best way to get in touch with me is email. There's my office hours for the summer. It's Monday and Wednesdays 5:30 to 6:30. Of course, the astronomy class starts at 6:30, or I guess to 6:20. But anyhow, I'm usually there a little bit before that. So if the door's open or if the door's closed, you can just knock on the door and see if I'm in there. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing, let's see, what do I want to do first? Let's look at the syllabus. Okay, so this area over here, this yellow area, if you are not familiar with Blackboard, is the course menu, or the content area, sometimes it's called. You can collapse it by using this little arrow key right here. All right, so anyhow, here's where the essays are, for example. Most of the stuff you're going to do is this lectures and homework. So you're going to turn in all your homework through Blackboard. I'll show you how to do that. All right, but let's first go over the syllabus, which I already have open. And you can also try to Skype with me, or if you want to. Of course, we're going to be meeting every Monday and Wednesday, so that's more for I have a 100% online class as well, not astronomy, but something else. All right, so let's see. Let's find there it is. All right, so this is the what is this? The syllabus. Okay, so here let me make that, maximize that. All right, so this is our syllabus for the summer. Again, there's me. There's my office hour. There's my office. All right. The lectures, of course, are from 6:30 to roughly 8:20. If we get done a little early, that's fine. It's in Sims 209, which is at the south end of on the second floor. All right, so this is our textbook. It's a little older book. Notice it's from 2014, but what that does is it keeps the price down, which is kind of nice. All right, so there's our goals. Make sure you read over this stuff. I'm going to go over the highlights, if you will. These are the different chapters that we're going to cover. Like, for example, the first test is covering these first 4 chapters. The next test is covering, let's see, the next 4 chapters, and then the last test is covering the next 4 chapters. And then there's a ending section that will with the galaxies and cosmology that we'll finish up with. That material will be on the final, but it's pretty, compared to the other stuff, it's pretty easy, as you'll see. All right, make sure you bring a scientific calculator to class each class period. Usually at the beginning, I'll go over the homework, and then I'll go and I'll give you some hints for the next homework set. And sometimes I'll work out a problem. You do an example problem, just like in the textbook. All right. So there are 2 essays that we're going to be writing. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But besides the 2 essays, I also include in the writing component of the class that you're going to have these handwritten study guides that you're going to use, and you bring those to the test. Test 1, it's going to be in the classroom, so it'll be the front and the back, so you can use both sides of the sheet of paper, but make sure it's handwritten. That's really important that it's handwritten. The final exam, by the way, you get 2 pages. All right, so there's the 2 essays. Again, I'll come back to that later. All right, so here's the homework. Just since I'm talking about that, let's talk about how to turn in your homework. So make sure you turn in your homework into the proper folder. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so we'll go back to Blackboard. So as I said, most of the time it'll come up with this. All right, so you go into the proper folder. Here's Test 1 material. Of course, that's where Homework 1 is. All right, and again, it's always backwards. That is, the class that the lecture that we're doing is at the bottom, and then it goes up. All right, so here's lecture 1. There's some PowerPoint presentation inside here. I'll be going over this, of course, but notice the homework. So there's the homework. It's right out of the textbook, chapter 1 material. There's usually 2 parts: questions for review, which your book labels QFRs, and problems. These are usually numeric problems, and like I said, I'll usually give you a hint about these. All right, and I provide also a Word document that has exactly this. It's the exact same thing. It's just, if you want to do the homework in a Word document, you can. You don't have to do it that way. So I've already opened that up. Let's see, where did I put it? Oops, go the other way. All right, so here it is. Let's say you did this. Maybe put it on your desktop or something like that. Doesn't really matter. All right, so here it is. Now, this is the example. So you would have all the answers down here. Let's say, and all right. So what you would do? Let me go back to the. Oops, wrong way. So what you would do is for each homework, see this underlined area right here. That's where you would submit the assignment. So it can be like this Word document. You can do it. Let me talk about that in just a second. All right, so you click on this underlined area, and you're going to upload the file, just like you would normally upload a file. If I'm sure you've done that many times. You can actually click on written submission, where you have to actually type it all in. Most people don't do it that way. So you just click on Browse My Computer. All right, and let's see, mine was in these documents. So you can put it, like, for example, wherever you put it on your computer, desktop, wherever. All right, so here's TJ's stuff. There's summer 18, and here's your guys' class. All right, so here's that homework set. But now I haven't done anything, but I'm just showing you how to put it in there. All right, so then you click on open, and then you see there it is right there. All right, and then this is the really important part. You have to click submit, otherwise it doesn't go into Blackboard. So that's extremely important. I'm going to click it here, but it won't actually let me do it because I'm the instructor and that's not my role in the class. All right, so it gives me a little error message, but that you get the idea. And after you've submitted it, by the way, there'll be a file, and you can look at it and make sure. And in fact, I strongly suggest that you do that. So here's another way to do it, all right, to do your homework. So let's say, for example, if you did it by hand, you wrote it out on a piece of paper. So you can, you could scan it in and save it as a PDF file and submit it, the same way, put it on, put it on your desktop or wherever it is on your computer, and then click submit. And that would go in as a PDF file. I can see that easily when I go to Blackboard. Or you could, for example, just do it on a piece of paper, and you could just take a picture of it with your cell phone. Make sure it's in make sure it's in JPEG format. so that I can see that on Blackboard. And again, you put it on the computer and just click submit. So however you submit it, whether you do it with the Word document or you scan it in, it doesn't really matter as long as I can see it. Okay, that's the key part. All right, so that's you'll be doing that for all your homeworks each time. So take a look again at, for example, the test 1 material. So for example, test 1 is going to be due, or we're going to do test 1 on the 20th, as it says right here, covering chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Yeah. So, and in the beginning of class, I always go over the homework. The homework's always due right at the beginning of class. So the homework 1 will be due on the 6th. Right at 6:30 when the class begins, and we'll go over the answers as well. Now, if we go back to the syllabus, let's go back to the syllabus. All right. So let's see. Is this a? No, that's. Yeah, there it is. Sorry. If we go to that back to the syllabus, notice it tells you a little bit about late homework. You can turn in late homework, but generally what I do is just to be fair to everybody, I will take off half the points. For example, if the homework is worth 20 points, I would give you 10 points. And so that just makes everything fair. So try to always make sure the homework is turned in before the due date. And of course there are exceptions if there's heaven forbid you're in the hospital or something like that. And of course, if that ever happens, by the way, make sure you contact the dean or contact me. Just to let the dean will contact me to let me know what's going on, and we will make adjustments, of course. All right, so you turn. Oh, and you have 1 week to turn in late homework. So that prevents people from turning all the homework in all at once at the very end of the semester, which that's almost no good at all, because the tests very much reflect the homework. They're almost they're almost word for word right out of the homework problems, and I just changed the numbers for the most part. Generally, each question is worth about 2 points. If it's different than that, I'll let you know. And so people often ask, should I show the work? And that's really up to you, whether you show the work on the problems or not. But keep in mind, if it's wrong, I'm just going to mark it wrong. If it's right, or close to being right, but not quite right, I would generally take off 1 point, and then give you credit for actually trying. So the idea of the homework is just at least to try. Let's go over the. Let's see. Do I have enough time? All right. Actually, let me finish this. So to make sure you're attending class. That's very important, especially because we have a limited time during the summer. So make sure you're coming. Let's see. Some more of this stuff I'll talk about a little bit in class. I just really wanted to show you how to do the homework and show you how to submit the essays as well. We'll do all that. If you have to take the test in the test center, of course just let me know. That's never a problem. This is how everything counts. Basically, each test is 15%, as it's shown there. There's the dates, and these are the chapters that are covered. All right, so test 1, 2, and 3, which is almost the entire class. Remember, there's that chapter 17, which is galaxies, and 18, which is cosmology, the study of the universe as a whole. And then there's these two essays that you write, plus the study guides, which I just give you credit for it being a written thing, but you get to use those during the tests. And the tests, tests 2 and 3, by the way, are going to be take-home tests. I will give those out in class. All right, and there's the final exam will be in class on August 1st, which is a Wednesday. And and the homework counts as 20%. All right, so let's see the rest of this. This is